Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Tonight, as the nation mourns those lost in the mass shooting in Vegas, investigators are working to figure out just what might have sparked that rampage. In our big story tonight, ABC's Danya Backus has the latest from Las Vegas.
In the midst of chaos, there are stories of heroism and survival.
We went back towards the gunfire and just started looking for priority victims and people with the most serious injuries to get to the hospital.
Tuesday, many of the more than 500 people injured now reliving the terrifying moment. Police say 64-year-old Stephen Paddock sent a barrage of bullets into a crowd of 22,000 concert goers.
When I was running and when I was holding him and I was looking behind him, there were bodies like everywhere.
In Las Vegas, the grieving continues. Vigils being held across the city for the dozens of people killed in the rampage. Among them, Hannah Eilers, a mother of three. 23-year-old Jordan McIljune, who was attending the country music concert with his girlfriend, and Navy veteran Christopher Roybal.
He went to combat and came back without being injured and goes to a concert and dies.
We're also now getting a first glimpse inside the shooter's Mandalay Bay hotel room. Law enforcement and family members trying to understand what would motivate a one-time accountant and avid gambler with no known criminal record to inflict so much carnage.
Steve had nothing to do with any political organization, religious organization, no white supremacists, nothing.
Investigators say there were more than 40 guns recovered both in Paddock's Nevada home and his Mandalay Bay hotel room, and material used to make explosives were also discovered in his car. Also in that hotel room, a computer and a source says a camera possibly used to record the horrific shooting. Authorities now telling ABC News they're looking closely at Paddock's finances, saying in the last 3 years he's had 200+ reports of large financial transactions. Danya Backus, ABC News, Las Vegas.
A local resident has a connection to someone at that festival in Vegas. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has that story.
Sounds similar to firecrackers were heard Sunday evening as a number of people attended a Jason Aldean concert in Las Vegas. It was quickly realized that the sounds were gunshots, and that's when things took a terrifying turn. A local radio personality's family member was attending the concert at the time of the attack, which sent his family into full panic.
He was meeting his girlfriend at the concert, at the Jason Aldean concert, and she had gone ahead with some girlfriends of hers. She was already there, and he was in the process of making his way through the crowd to meet her. They had texted where they were, and he was meeting her there, and that's when the shots started.
He began to flee when he heard the gunshots, losing his keys, wallet, and cell phone in the process, and taking cover under a vehicle with several other people.
My aunt and uncle feverishly tried to get in touch with him, with my cousin Zach, all night and most of yesterday before he was finally able to get in touch with them late yesterday evening.
Zach and his girlfriend are both confirmed to be safe. Although the tragedy occurred in Las Vegas, Nevada, several states away from Louisiana, a local connection here in Alexandria showcases how these types of attacks affect the entire nation.
Anything can happen, and I just thoughts and prayers to those victims and to the people who still don't have answers about their loved ones yet.
Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
An off-duty Grand Parish deputy received a phone call from one of his neighbors about a suspicious vehicle parked at the house. When Sergeant Josh Daniels and Corporal Billy Gentry arrived, they found a moving van in the driveway and a woman walking in the yard. She said she and her boyfriend ran out of gas and were looking for some. She then admitted her boyfriend broke into the house and was hiding in it. 31-year-old Jeffrey Como of Ball was arrested for simple burglary as well as criminal trespassing and other charges. 23-year-old Reagan Jamie Huff also faces similar charges. Troopers from the Louisiana State Police are investigating 2 separate deadly crashes that happened last Friday. First happened on Interstate 12 in Covington after a Freightliner tractor-trailer hit a pedestrian. He's been identified as 34-year-old Robert Esso Cittadino of Slidell. The second crash in Washington Parish on LA 62 killed 19-year-old Jamie Lee Adcox of Pine after his vehicle overturned, became airborne, and crashed into several trees. Adcox was not wearing his seatbelt and was thrown from his car. Turning our attention to the weather now and what we can expect to see tonight, here is meteorologist Kim Walker.
Well, I think it will be pretty mild tonight. Maybe a slight chance for a stray sprinkle or two, but that's pretty much it. As we move into tomorrow, temperatures will be around 67 degrees at 7 o'clock by noon. Mostly sunny, temperature readings around 80 degrees. Our high will be around 90 degrees, and it's going to feel much warmer than that given the humidity has been on the rise. And then by 5 o'clock, we drop back down to around 88 degrees. We are going to see a chance for some rain as we head toward the weekend. We'll have details coming up.
All right, thanks, Kim. This morning, more than 300 Grand Parish High School juniors and seniors filled the gym for Career Day. Students had a chance to meet with 28 college recruiters and 25 career professionals to learn about potential enrollments and job opportunities. Students received tips on how to apply for colleges and financial aid and how to plan for their future goals.
I've actually been able to talk to a couple of schools that I've applied to because I plan on majoring in nursing. So I've got to talk to these colleges about my opportunities there. And I've also got to talk to different hospitals like Cabrini and Rapides about, once I enter college, the things that I'll be able to do once I get there.
That's one of the reasons why we jumped on this invitation to come here, is because it was an opportunity for us to see people eyeball to eyeball and not just emailing back and forth, but actually sit down and visit with some of the students, and we have done that. Probably 6 or 8 students today we've interviewed for an internship position, and so I think it's going to bear fruit and we'll end up hiring a couple of them.
The Family Justice Center is getting ready for their annual Celebrity Bowling fundraiser.
Primarily supported by federal funds, and we've had a little bit of help over the last year with the private funding, and now we have this is a big event for us, one of the biggest events, so I appreciate the private funding. We just recently got a full-time domestic violence sexual assault counselor, so we're looking to provide long-term therapy to victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. We also have legal advocacy. We have, I mean, you name it, it's a toolbox. Whatever people need, if they are a victim of domestic violence, we will help them in any way we can.
And for more information, you can visit Family Justice Center of Senla's Facebook page. The calendar says fall, but weeds and lawns are still growing and setting seeds to emerge next spring. Now's a good time to take care of the number one weed pest throughout the southeast. The LSU Ag Center has some tips now on how to control Virginia buttonweed.
Every seed that's going to germinate this year will last and persist until next spring and then continue to grow.
It's called Virginia buttonweed, and unfortunately for many homeowners, it can be found just about everywhere. Each of these white flowers will set 2 seeds, with each having nearly 100% chance of germinating. Many yards across South Louisiana flooded last year, damaging lawns and giving the weed a foothold.
It has a very prostrate growing habit, and so it'll begin to spread out and take over the lawn, not allowing any of your turf grass to grow through it.
Rouse says buttonweed cannot be eradicated, but there are some herbicide control options. The ambient temperature is critical in determining which product is used.
Under 85 degrees, we want to spray a product containing 2,4-D in our lawn. We don't want to spray that above 85 degrees as it'll kill out some of the lawn that we're trying to keep.
If the temperature is above 85 degrees, Rouse recommends using a product with the active ingredient metsulfuron. It is safe on lawns consisting of St. Augustine, zoysia, Bermuda, and centipede grasses. Even though it is safe for these grasses, expect to see some differences in your lawn.
Do expect some yellowing in the grass. It will kill out the Virginia buttonweed, but you will have a little bit of yellowing in there. Don't be alarmed by this. It'll pop right back out of that.
With cooler fall temperatures approaching, some may want to wait to treat with 2,4-D because it is less expensive. This waiting may come with a cost.
So if you want to take the approach of that maybe we'll wait until winter when it gets under 85 degrees to use the 2,4-D approach, know that every one of those flowers is going to continue to set seed, and you're going to have a bigger problem next spring.
With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gotro reporting.
Rouse suggests that homeowners should place patches of sod down after killing significant areas of buttonweed to make sure that other weeds don't take over that newly exposed ground.
To you, it's just an old coat, but to an underprivileged child, it's a warmer winter. Please help us collect coats for kids before the cold months get here. You can drop off new or gently used coats at a location near you. All coats are cleaned and distributed right here in our community. The KLAX Coats for Kids Drive is sponsored by First Federal Bank, Southern Heritage Bank, Bank of Montgomery, Kramer Funeral Home, Take 5 Oil Change, South Park Cleaners, and LaSalle Printing and Office Supply.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We saw enough sunshine that helped to warm temperatures up into the lower 90s, but it felt like the upper 90s just because the humidity has been so high. We have a few clouds in our sky, but most of the rain is well off to our west. As you can see, numerous showers and thunderstorms across the border, really. We don't see any rain coming our way at this point, but there's still that just slight chance of a shower or two as we make our way into the evening. But for the most part, I think we're going to stay pretty dry. We are going to see more sunshine as we head into tomorrow, and we're going to see more warm conditions as well. But currently, temperatures have dropped down to around 86 degrees in Alexandria and Leesville, a little bit cooler at 83 degrees, 83 also the current temperature in Lake Charles. We are, again, expecting a lot of moisture to come in. Our dew points right now around 70 degrees, putting us in a very steamy, very sticky category. We're going to continue with the humidity, especially with south winds bringing that Gulf of Mexico moisture across the state. So we are going to see lots of sunshine tomorrow, but there could be a little bit of clouds, especially with the addition of the humid air. But what we're keeping our eyes on right now is a system in Central America. It is expected to move northward. Once it moves into the Yucatan, it could develop into a low pressure system from there. We're not sure exactly how much it will strengthen, but it looks like it could move into Louisiana by early next week. And if it does, it's going to provide us with a chance for some heavy rain across the region. But for the most part, we are going to continue to keep an eye on this because a lot of things can change in the next few days. But overall, it's going to be mostly sunny tomorrow. We don't have to worry about that system just yet. Warm and humid for your Wednesday. And we're going to stay pretty warm toward the end of the week. In fact, it's going to be a little bit warmer by Friday into the weekend. And then we're going to see those rain chances returning because of the tropical system. But here's a look at your forecast. Temperatures tonight will drop down into the upper 60s, partly cloudy skies. The winds will be light coming in from the east, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, our highs will be back into the 90s. We're looking for a high right around 90 degrees, mostly sunny. It will be warm, and once again, it will be very sticky out there. Again, the winds will be light, though. And then here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures around 89 degrees for Thursday. Plenty of sunshine as we end the week. And then over the weekend, those clouds will start to increase, especially toward the end of the weekend. Temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 80s and more chances of rain for early next week. And at this point right now, we're just looking at an isolated chance for rain from Sunday into Tuesday, but that could change if the system starts to strengthen. We'll have more details on that, Scott.
All right, thank you, Kim. If you count your steps, you're not alone thanks to the Fitbit craze. But there could be a step that you're missing, one that just might get you closer to your goals. With more, here's Serena Marshall.
They are the popular high-tech fashion accessories of their time, those colorful plastic activity tracking bracelets and clips. Simply wearing one might be enough motivation to rack up those steps, but now new research suggests another solution to meeting that arbitrary 10,000 step goal, and you just might have a bit more fun doing it. It's called gamification. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania randomly assigned 200 adults into two groups, one which simply set a step goal and tracked their steps, and another that turned their daily step goal into a game. A simple game that involved receiving and losing points as a family, points that translated into bronze, silver, gold, or platinum level. Reaching the highest level meant a coffee mug as a reward. What they found, this simple game appeared to motivate subjects to reach their daily step goals. Not only that, those who gamified were also more likely to reach their daily step goals for months after the game ended. So if you want to keep walking on the straight and narrow, you might want to start by playing some games. With this Medical Minute, I'm Serena Marshall.
All right, well, thank you for watching ABC 31 News. Have a great night.
predators better pray.
Crime Watch Daily airs weekdays at 3 on KLAX TV.
Only one doctor brings health right to your home. Dr. Oz.
Every day is a new chance for change, and everyone can start right now.
With all new ways to feel, encouraged, inspired, hopeful, confident, proud, positive, special, feel better every day. Make an appointment with Dr. Oz. Check in for your daily checkup.
Dr. Oz, airing weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV.